The iPhone Ultra Fold, Apple's biggest gamble. Imagine a world where your phone doesn't just get bigger, it gets smarter. For years, we've seen the same glass bricks. We've seen the same updates. But today, everything changes. A leak has just dropped that is so detailed, so physical, and so unexpected that it has sent the entire tech world into a tailspin. We aren't talking about a blurry photo or a sketchy rumor from a random forum. We are talking about a full physical hands-on with the iPhone Ultra Fold. This is a dummy unit, the kind sent to top-tier accessory makers, and it reveals a design language that nobody, literally nobody, saw coming. If you thought Apple was going to play it safe and follow Samsung's lead, you were dead wrong. Apple is going wide. They are going chunky, and they are going for blood. But even with all this innovation, there is a massive problem hidden in plain sight that could make or break this device for the average user. When you first see this device in the video from Unbox Therapy, the first thing that hits you isn't the screen or the logo. It's the shape. It's weird. It's different. Most foldable phones on the market right now, like the Galaxy Z Fold series, look like a remote control when they are closed. They are tall, skinny, and honestly a bit cramped to type on. Apple looked at that and said, "No." Instead, they created something that looks like a high-tech passport. It is short and it is incredibly wide. This is a bold move. It's a complete pivot from the industry standard. Even the Google Pixel Fold, which tried to be wider, looks narrow compared to this. This iPhone is a tank. It's compact, yet it feels substantial. It's the kind of device that feels like it could survive a drop, even though we all know that folding glass is still a fragile miracle of engineering. But why would Apple do this? Why break the mold? The answer comes down to balance. If you've ever used a tall foldable, you know they feel top-heavy. They want to tilt out of your hand when you're texting. Because the iPhone Ultra Fold is shorter, the center of gravity is much lower. It sits perfectly in the palm, feels stable, and surprisingly, it might actually fit better in your pocket. It won't poke you in the hip when you sit down like a Pro Max does. It's a squarish footprint that just makes sense for portability. But then you open it, and that is where the real Apple magic starts to happen. When you unfold this beast, you are greeted by a massive 7.8-inch display. To put that in perspective, that's almost the size of an iPad mini. People are already calling this the iPad Nano, and honestly, it's the most accurate nickname I've heard in years. This internal screen is where the wide design pays off. Most foldables have a weird aspect ratio that leaves huge black bars at the top and bottom when you watch YouTube or Netflix. But because this iPhone is wider, the video fills almost the entire display. It is a content consumer's dream. It's a portable cinema that fits in your pocket. However, Apple wouldn't be Apple if they didn't do something slightly confusing. For some reason, the volume buttons are located on the top edge of the device. If you're holding it like a phone, that is a reach. It feels like they took the layout of an iPad Pro and just shrunk it down without thinking about how a human hand holds a phone. Then there are the speakers. They are placed diagonally. This is likely to create a massive soundstage, but it means if you hold it the wrong way, you're going to muffle the sound with your palms. It's experimental, it's risky, and it's classic Apple. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room. The problem. The thing that makes this phone rock. Literally. When this phone is folded, it is already thick. It's like carrying two iPhones stacked on top of each other. But then, Apple slapped a massive, oversized camera module on the back. This isn't just a bump. It's a mountain. When you lay the phone on a table, it doesn't sit flat. It wobbles. If you try to type on it while it's sitting on your desk, it's going to clatter back and forth like a seesaw. For a company that obsesses over clean lines and perfection, this feels like a massive compromise. It's the price you pay for having pro-level cameras in a folding body, but it's going to drive enthusiasts crazy. Yet, despite the wobble, there is a silver lining. When the phone is unfolded, it is impossibly thin. It's actually thinner than the rumored iPhone Air. It's so thin that you wonder where they put the battery. It's a feat of engineering that makes the device feel premium and futuristic. You're holding a sheet of glass and metal that can do everything a computer can do. This is Apple's vision. They aren't trying to make a phone that folds. They are trying to make an iPad that fits in your pocket. They want to bridge the gap between your mobile life and your professional life. In my opinion, this is the most important product Apple has designed since the original iPhone. It's polarizing, it's strange, it's thick, but it's also the first time in a decade that an iPhone has felt truly new. While others are iterating, Apple is reinventing the form factor. The widescreen is a massive win for productivity. The iPad Nano vibe is exactly what power users have been begging for. If they can fix the software and make it feel as premium as it looks, Samsung should be very worried. This isn't just a new model. It's the beginning of the next era of tech. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you're the first to know when the final version of this folding beast actually hits the shelves.